So how often do you go to the cinema to watch?
Not often.
Not often.
Not often.
How often?
Oh, less.
Once a year?
Less.
Less.
Less. Yeah.
But when you was young,
Yeah.
I think so more often.
Oh yes, when I was younger, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's homework. So I need to answer the question.
Okay, so what's the answer to this one?
What is a clause?
Clause.
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 Clause. Clause.
Clause.
What is a clause?
Yes.
1. A group of words with a subject and verb. 2. A punctuation
Punctuation mark.
mark.
You know what a punctuation mark is?
Like this.
Yep.
Comma.
Yep.
Comma.
Question mark.
Question mark.
Colon.
Colon.
Two dots.
Colon.
No.
A colon.
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 Yeah. Semicolon. Semicolon. Dot and a comma.
Dot comma.
Yeah.
It's a full stop.
Full stop. Well, sometimes called a period.
Period.
Period. Some people call a full stop a period.
Period. P-E.
P-E-R-I-O-D.
P-R-I.
P-E-R.
P-E-R.
I-O-D.
I-O-D. Period. Or called a full stop.
Full stop or period. Yeah.
And how about this?
Exclamation mark.
S.
Exclamation. E-X.
E-S.
No, E-X.
E-X.
C-L.
C-L.
A-M.
A-M.
M.
M.
A-T. Squeeze it up. I-O-N. O-N. Exclamation mark.
Mark.
M-A-R-K. Exclamation mark.
Exclamation.
Because it usually is put after when somebody exclaims something. If you exclaim something, it means that you have said it, you probably said it loud, suddenly. Oi! Exclamation mark. If we were writing that, that would be O-I exclamation mark.
Exclamation mark.
Yeah. Or if you're doing something, if you were hitting me and I'm getting sick of it, stop. S-T-O-P exclamation mark. Okay. It indicates volume or force.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's question, obviously.
Question mark.
Question mark, yes.
Yeah. Full stop, period.
Yeah, period or full stop.
Or stop.
Yeah. Comma.
Comma.
Yep.
And semi.
That's a colon. Two dots.
Colon.
Colon. C-O-L-O-N. And that's a semicolon.
Semicolon.
Semi.
Colon.
C-O-L-U-N. O-N. C-O-L-O-N.
C-O-L-O-N.
No, N. N.
Colon.
Colon.
Colon. Semicolon.
Colon. Yeah.
And hyphen.
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 Or a dash.
Or dash.
Yeah. A hyphen joins. A hyphen is joins two words, and there is no space before or after. A dash is longer than a hyphen.
Like this.
Yep.
Double and double hyphen.
Yeah, that's a hyphen, and there's a letter here. There's a letter right there.
Yeah.
Whereas with a dash, the end of the word's there, and the next word starts here.
Space.
And there's a space here and a space here.
Here.
That's the difference between a hyphen and a dash.
Dash. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's normally use this.
Okay. So they're punctuation marks.
Punctuation.
Okay.
A type of sentence. A type of sentence. I think it's a group of words with subject and verb.
Yep. I think it's A. Yep, that one. Yes, the first one.
Is that correct?
I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
Don't including the punctuation mark. The group of words with a subject and words and full stop.
No, not necessarily.
Or not necessary.
A sentence has got a full. A sentence has got a full stop.
Oh, okay.
So this can be part of a sentence.
Okay. And question 2: which type of clause can stand alone as a complete sentence?
Okay.
Which type of the clause can stand alone as a complete?
The clue is in the answer is in the clues. So which one can stand alone as a complete sentence?
Independent.
I think it's this one.
This one.
That's why it's called an independent clause.
Independent.
Yeah.
Clause. So it's a complete sentence.
Yeah. Now, is there a textbook that is there information about clauses that you need to read first before you answer these questions?
The sum of the paper like this.
Clauses in English grammar are clauses.
Information here.
Okay, a clause is a group of words that contains a subject and a verb. There you go. Oh, these are the...
It's the information.
This is
but before the information, we can answer this and...
Okay, let me have a look here.
And also this information from this paper.
Okay, so yeah, so these are this is the information. Yeah, this is the information which goes with these. Yeah, okay. Well, we're doing okay so far.
Yeah.
All right. So, number 3. What type of clause adds details to a noun in a sentence? Okay, so if it's adding details to a noun, what sort of a word describes a noun? Can you tell me? What category of word, what grammatical category of word is used to describe a noun? If there's a dog over there, and I say that's a big black dog, the words big and black, what sort of words are they?
Adjective.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what type of a clause adds details to a noun? It's going to be an adjectival clause or an adjective clause.
Adjective.
That one.
Yeah.
So instead of being a single word, it's a group of words that actually contain a verb and a subject, but they form the role they form the role of an adjective because they are describing a noun. Yes. Yeah. See, if we Google adjectival clause, we'll get some examples, so you'll be able to see how it works. Just hang on a tick, and I'll do that.
Adds detail to a noun. The meaning is
describes the noun.
Describe a noun.
Yes. So you've got a noun like a dog, but then you want to add. You want to describe that dog. So the dog that is sitting under the tree. That is sitting under the tree.
So this
that's describing the dog. It's not just any dog. It's that dog over there, the one that's sitting under the tree.
Yeah.
That's an adjectival clause.
Okay.
Okay. So the words "that is sitting under the tree." or the dog that bit me on the leg yesterday has been put to sleep or whatever.
This clause to describe the dog.
Yes, it's a clause describing a noun.
A noun.
Yes. Here we go. It's an adjective. It's one of the relative clauses. It's a type of dependent clause that functions as an adjective, modifying the noun.
Modified.
Yeah, modifying. Well, describing it, if you like. Yeah.
Modified.
Yeah, within the sentence. Chances are they'll give us some. And adjectival clauses typically begin with these words. Yeah. The old man whom I hit with my car is in hospital.
The old man.
The old man. So there's already an adjective there. But so we're talking about the old man whom I hit with my car. So not just any old man, the one I ran into yesterday with my car. He is in hospital and he's doing okay. Yeah, okay?
Modify.
Yeah, so
Modify.
yes. So which old man? It probably answers the question. An adjectival clause answers the question, which one? The dog. Which dog? The one that is sitting on the grass under the tree. Yeah. Or the one that bit me on the leg yesterday. Yes. So that whole group of words functions as an adjective. It's describing the noun. Is that clear?
Yeah, correct.
Right, so.
Yeah. The question 4, what does the dependent clause rely on?
Okay, a dependent clause.
Apparent.
That's a full stop.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. These are both punctuation marks.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean idea.
I think it's this one, the main idea.
I mean idea.
A dependent clause. Okay. The main idea. Okay, so if we go back to the dog. The dog is the main idea of this sentence.
Oh, yeah. The dog
that bit me on the leg yesterday.
Yeah.
So the dog, so we're talking about the dog. The dog is the main idea in this sentence. But which dog are we talking about?
The dog, he bit you yesterday.
Yeah, the dog, comma, that bit me. Where are we? These adjectival clauses, that one of these words is always the first word in the adjectival clause. It always starts with one of these words. So in this case, it's that. The dog, or it could be which. The dog, which bit me on the leg yesterday.
Or use who.
Now, who is for people?
For people. Okay.
Humans.
Okay.
Yeah. Who and whom?
In Australia,
the
dog is a family member.
I must admit that there are some examples where you're talking about a dog, but you can't get away you can't avoid using the word who. But I must admit I can't think of an example right now. Yeah.
Do you feed the dog?
Sorry?
Do you feed a dog at home?
Do I?
Do you feed a dog at home?
Well, Tracy's two girls, Catherine and Elizabeth, they have a dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 2 dogs?
No, one dog.
2 dogs. 1 dog?
One dog. They share a dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What type of dog?
He is he's not a purebred. He's a cross between a blue heeler and a boxer. And you know what a boxer is?
Yeah, I know boxer.
Yeah, and a blue heeler?
Blue heeler, I don't know.
Okay, or a blue heeler is also called an Australian cattle dog.
Oh.
Blue heeler. Here we go. That's a blue heeler.
Oh.
They're very common in Australia.
Cattle dog.
Yeah, they're a working dog.
Oh.
They work with sheep and cattle. But lots of people have them as pets.
Oh.
If you go walking in the park often enough, you'll see blue heelers. You'll see blue heelers along the river at Warrandyte.
Oh,
And sometimes they're red.
So I really I really enjoy Warrandyte Sunday Market.
Yeah.
A lot. I have ever seen the dog in another place.
That one's called a red heeler
Oh.
because he's orange. See
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
See these colours here.
It's a blue.
Well, it looks blue, but it's not.
No.
No,
It's
the hairs are either black or white.
or white.
But it gives the impression when it's mixed, it almost looks like it's blue, but it's not.
No.
Strictly speaking, it's grey. Yeah, but it's referred to as blue. Yeah, and yeah, but most of those are blue heelers, but they've got some red on them. This colour in dogs is referred to as red, even though it's not red. I mean, that's red.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but in
Like the eye,
yeah.
not called black. It's called brown. Brown eye. The eye. The color.
The iris.
The eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because in Chinese, for the Chinese,
Yeah.
they call the black eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but
they're actually brown.
yeah, that is brown.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Irises aren't black. They're brown. Yeah. The dark ones are brown.
You also call the
No, we call them brown.
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 Yeah. Mine too.
So your
Mine
color is
blue.
blue.
Yeah. Mine are blue.
Oh.
Yeah. A shade of blue.
Oh.
Yeah. Yours are brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brown.
The black is in the middle, the pupil.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The hole.
The whole.
Yeah. That's black.
Yeah.
That's the same colour as your glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this colour, I mean, it's sort of an orange colour. In dogs, this is called
red.
called red. Cats too. If you've got a cat, this colour is called red.
Okay.
Yeah, you just got it. Yeah. If you're talking about a red dog, you're not talking about that colour.
Yeah, I'm wondering if
You talk about this colour.
okay.
But that's a blue heeler or an Australian cattle dog. And Catherine and Elizabeth's dog is a cross between this dog and the boxer.
So why describe the dog color
Yeah.
the different with the people describe this color?
I don't know. If you've got they come up with fancy names too. Do you know what a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel looks like? No. Okay. People just call them Cavaliers. A Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. There you go. That dog. They're pretty common.
King Charles Spaniel.
Yeah, named after King Charles I. King Charles I,
Charles.
long time ago, hundreds of years ago in England, he used to breed these. So they were named after him.
Okay.
But that colour, I mean, I would call that red and white.
Red and white.
Yeah, that colour would be referred to as red.
Oh.
Yeah. However,
but
this
they look like the golden. A little bit.
like golden Labrador.
Yeah.
No, it's too dark.
Too dark.
It's substantially darker. The golden Labrador is more yellow. Yeah. This coat colour in the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel is called Blenheim. Blenheim.
But the color like the coffee.
Yeah, like a chestnut.
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 Yeah, chestnut.
Yeah, chestnut. Be very close.
Yeah.
Particularly here on the side.
Yeah.
Not so much there.
Yeah.
But here it's a bit faded there on the ears. But here, rich chestnut colour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chestnut. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
there we go. Look. If it's chestnut and white, if the dog is chestnut and white, the name for the colour is Blenheim. Blenheim.
Yeah, chestnut.
Yeah.
And white.
Yes. Okay. Now I'll get you a picture of Pie. Where are we? There's Elizabeth. Lizzie.
Why don't you not feed the dog?
Because Cat and Lizzie feed him. He's their dog. There. That's their dog. So you can see the blue heeler colours?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice dog.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay,
where we up to?
The exercise. What type of the clause often starts with words like who, which, or that?
That one.
This one.
No,
This one.
that one. We were just talking about it.
Oh yeah. Adjective.
Hang on.
Relative.
Where are we?
Because describe modifying.
Yeah, it describes or modifies a noun.
A noun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
That one.
Modify.
Yeah, and typically begin
With relative.
with relative pronouns
pronoun,
such as
like
that, which, who, whom. What do we got there?
which or that.
Who, which, or that.
Yeah.
They're in that list.
Okay.
So, adjectival clause.
Okay. Question 6.
Yeah.
What does a noun?
Non.
Non.
That's not noun, it's non.
Or non
Non-finite, meaning it's not finite.
cause lack.
A non-finite clause. Lack. I don't know the answer to that.
Subject.
If it lacks a subject and a verb, it's not going to be a clause. I think it's going to be one or the other of these. I think it's going to be a subject. But
Subject. I think it's subject.
let's have a look. 6. Can a non-finite clause stand alone? No, a non-finite clause cannot stand alone as it lacks a specific verb tense and subject acting. So it lacks a subject and a verb. A non-finite. Okay, I don't fully understand that, so let's Google it. A non-finite clause. We're getting into detail that I'm not sure of here. Non-finite clause. Here we go.
Oh, word. If they can make a word, is it?
It's the verb, participle. The damaged car needed repair.
Because I went to the store to buy milk. Like to buy milk.
Non-finite clause is a subordinate clause that doesn't contain a verb that changes to show tense. Okay, such as an infinitive, a participle, or a gerund. Okay, so the verb, yeah, this is not well explained. This is. No, I don't.
Oh, let me ask my the class teacher.
Well, ask your class teacher. Can a clause contain just one word? Because here it says that the word walking is a clause. I must say I don't agree with that. So ask your teacher.
What question?
This one here. Can a clause contain just one word?
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want me to write that down here?
Yeah. You write that on here, and let me ask her. Can
a clause be composed of a single word?
Yeah. The pronoun. It's a gerund. It's gerund, you mean?
Yeah, well, I think this is a gerund.
Yeah.
Can a clause be made up of a
single word? Such as gerund.
So non-finite clause. You just show your teacher this, if you like. Because I got my doubts. Okay, next question.
Which conjunction is commonly used to introduce adverbial?
Adverbial. Yeah, so that's
adverbial.
So these are clauses that function as an adverb.
Adverb.
Up here you've got clauses that function as an adjective. But now we're talking about adverbial clauses.
Adverbial clause.
Yeah. And I'm...
Which conjunction? Which?
Which?
And.
An adverbial clause. Let's have a look. Need to get a definition of an adverbial clause.
Conjunction is and.
Because is also a conjunction. An adverbial clause is a dependent clause that functions as an adverb within a sentence. It adds detail. Key dependent clause. It cannot stand alone. Functions beginning. Typically starts with a subordinating conjunction.
Because the sentence is commonly used. Commonly used.
So it typically starts with a subordinating conjunction. E.g., after, although, because, before, if, since, while, until. Okay, in this one, it's that one. It's because.
Because.
Because. Which is used to introduce adjectival clauses. Adverbial clause, the answer.
What does an adjective clause?
What?
It's a because.
Yes, it's because.
Your answer is because.
Yes, it is.
Question 8. What does an adjective clause provide more information about? A conjunction.
Read question 3 and check the answer.
What type of clause adds more details to a noun? Noun in a sentence. Adjective.
Adjective clause.
No. A conjunction.
What does an adjective clause provide more information about?
Yeah.
I've given you the answer here. A noun.
A noun.
Yeah. An adjective describes a noun. Okay?
Okay.
An adjectival clause is giving you more information about a noun.
Okay. A noun.
Yeah. An adjective is a single word that describes a noun. An adjectival clause is a group of words that contains a verb and a subject.
More information.
But describing a noun.
Okay. Yeah. Clear.
If it has adjectival function, whether it's a single word or a group of words, if it's an adjective or an adjectival clause, it's describing a noun.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's giving you more information about a noun.
Okay.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
What is another name for a main clause?
A main clause.
A main clause.
Well, that's a subordinate clause, and that's a subordinate clause, and they're not the main idea. It has to be that one.
Independent.
Yep, the independent clause is the main clause. The principal clause, if you like. Principal clause, main clause, independent clause.
Well, what does this mean? Subordinate.
Subordinate clause.
Subordinate.
Okay, let's get a definition of subordinate clause. A subordinate clause comes...
what does
subordinate clause refers to the main clause.
Oh.
Hang on. Alright. Subordinate clause. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Is that it?
Subordinate.
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 Subordinate. That's it.
Subordinate clause has a subject and a verb, but it cannot stand alone as a complete.
So it's not a complete sentence.
If you win the award.
So if I say to you, if you win the award, that's not a sentence, is it? You're expecting me to keep going.
Mm.
If you win the award, I will be very happy for you. Okay, so the main clause is, I will be very happy for you. Now that is a sentence on its own. A main clause can be a sentence on its own. But then if you join on to that, if you win the award, I will be very happy for you. So if you win the award is the subordinate clause.
So the subordinate clause has a subject and verb. If you win a award,
If you
didn't complete the whole.
It's not a whole sentence.
Whole sentence.
You're expecting something else. You can't just say if you win the award and then put a full stop there.
So why do you choose the number 2 independent clause?
Okay, what's the question? What is another name for a main clause? The main clause it's not a subordinate clause. The main clause.
How about
an adverbial clause is a type of subordinate clause.
But I found that the information.
Yeah.
The question 9.
Yeah.
Is
how does it?
Adverbial clause provide the information about the action.
Hang on.
In the main clause.
What is another name for the main clause? And then it says, how does an adverbial clause differ from an adjective? This is not talking about this. How does an adverbial clause differ from an adjectival clause? Well, that's very simple, but that's not that's not addressing this question. They've run on.
It's a wrong answer.
So they've
wrong information.
Wrong information. the information is correct, but it doesn't refer to. It doesn't refer to this.
So
no. I mean, if you want to answer this, how does an adverbial clause differ from an adjectival clause? They're both clauses, and they're both subordinate clauses. They can't stand alone as a complete sentence. But an adjectival clause describes a noun, and an adverbial clause gives you information about where, how, when, if.
So it's a wrong information.
Yeah. Okay. Now here, what is another name for a main clause? That's an independent clause because it can stand alone as a sentence. So if we go back to that example I used, Wesley, if you win the award, if you come first, I will be very happy for you. So Wesley, if you win the award, I will be very happy for you. So the statement, I will be very happy for you, is the main clause. Because I can just say it by itself. I will be very happy for you. That is a complete sentence. But you can join onto that complete sentence a clause. In this case, it's an adverbial clause. If you win, so it's a conditional clause. What under what conditions will I be very happy for you? If you win the award.
But not complete the sentence.
It's not a complete.
But if you say I'm very glad, you also is not complete sentence.
I'm very glad.
Because the people don't understand your meaning. What does means you're very glad? You say? So it's little the two clause together. If you win a award, I will be happy.
Yeah, but if I was to say I'm very glad, that's a complete sentence.
Yeah, but the people don't understand your meaning.
Well, I'm not going to say I'm very glad just out of the blue. It's part of a conversation. So you say to me, I won, and I say, I'm very glad. Now you know why I'm glad. It's because you won. That's the previous sentence. See, I won, just 2 words. That's a complete sentence. It's got a subject, it's got a verb, but it doesn't need anything else. I won! Exclamation mark. That's a whole, that is a complete sentence, but it's only got 2 words. But it's still a complete sentence. It's got everything a sentence needs. Yeah.
And last question. How can you combine 2 independent clauses to
form a compound sentence? How can 2 independent clauses to form a compound sentence?
Use comma. Semi.
I think it's a semicolon. I'm just trying to imagine it. I think it would be a semicolon. So it's 2 independent. You're putting 2 sentences together to form a bigger one. So normally, if you're joining together 2 sentences, you would use a conjunction. But and or but. I thought I had won. That's a sentence. But the other person won. So the other person won. That's a sentence. But can join them together. I thought I had won, but the other person won.
So between the 2 clauses, you use
a conjunction.
Before the but, you use the comma, or don't use the comma.
Now you're stretching the memory, but
I thought
I don't think you do. It's a fanboys. But is a coordinating conjunction. Fanboys, for and nor, but
fanboy,
or yet so. I don't think there's a comma. I would have to check that, my memory. So here we go. If you see, an independent clause is a clause which can stand alone as a sentence. So if you're joining 2 independent clauses together, you're joining together 2 sentences. Here's a sentence, you're going to stick them together. Now, normally you would stick them together. The most common way to do it in conversation would be with a conjunction. And it would be a coordinating conjunction. One of the fanboys group. Okay? But it's not one of your options. Conjunction is not one of your choices. So I think you've got 2 sentences, one after the other. I think it's a semicolon. So what does it say? No. Can a dependent clause stand alone as a complete? No. Oh, rubbish! That's not talking about this.
So there you go.
That's no help at all. Hang on. I'm gonna search for semicolon, and it'll probably tell us how to use it. Semicolon, punctuation mark, use it, 2 close for independent. There you go. That gives us the answer.
A semicolon is a punctuation mark.
Yeah.
Used.
That one there.
used to connect two closely related independent clauses.
Two independent clauses.
Within a sentence.
Two independent clauses.
Yeah.
Right, so it's a semicolon.
Your answer is good.
Yes, there you go.
Okay, next. What type of the clause acts as a noun in a sentence?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
A noun clause.
Noun clause.
Yes.
Yeah.
It functions as a noun,
Yeah,
but instead of being one word, it's a group of words with a subject and a verb.
Yeah, clear. Last one. Finish the sentence. I will go to the store. You promise to finish your homework.
Okay, choose the word.
If.
Yeah, if you are setting a condition.
Yeah.
If there's a condition involved,
Mm-hmm.
if introduces the condition. I will have to severely punish you if you do that again. If you break the speed limit when you are driving, you will probably get fined.
Yeah.
Yes, if.
Yeah.
That's the condition.
Yeah, condition.
If talks about, if introduces a condition. Yeah.
Okay. The small talk quiz.
Small talk quiz, okay. What do we got here? It is common.
It's common for people who are waiting together to engage in small talk.
You understand what that means?
The meaning is that the people, they normally they don't load each other.
That's it.
And they are waiting for something like the cleaner appointment, or waiting in a line to in the supermarket.
It might be at the tram stop.
Tram stop,
it might
supermarket.
Be doctor's waiting room.
Yeah. And they want to break the silence.
Yes.
And they do the ice break. Ice break.
An ice. They break the ice.
Yeah. Break.
Yeah. Well, the silence is sort of referred to as the ice. Yeah. They break the ice by saying something.
Yeah. Something.
Like in the doctor's waiting room. Oh, cold enough for you?
Oh, yeah.
Cold weather, eh? Or gotta wish it would rain. Yeah.
The weather.
Yeah.
The door.
Yeah.
The traffic.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Oh, the wind.
Or
The wind is.
News.
The wind is very strong. Yeah. Or isn't Trump an idiot? We got to be careful with that one. You might be talking to a Trump fan. Okay, so small talk. It's conversation of no real consequence.
Yeah.
Its importance is very, very, very low. It's unimportant. It's just chit chat. Chit chat. Yeah, that's what small talk is.
Small talk.
Yeah.
But very important.
Yeah. Very.
Because in the daily life, I think that 90% is a small talk.
But people who are autistic or who have Asperger's syndrome, people on the spectrum, they don't know how to do small talk. They will just stand awkwardly, completely silent, just looking straight ahead. And people will go,
but I think the small talk in different the culture background have a different manner.
I think so, yes.
Because in most Asia country, the people live in the apartment.
Yeah.
It's a very many story.
Yeah, very
apartment.
close. Yeah.
And the people very hard to meet each other because in apartment just a room.
Yeah.
The room door closed just your family in the room.
The only time you would meet somebody would be in the lift.
So they really hard to familiar and other neighbor.
You don't know your neighbours. Yes, that's right.
And except they just only chance to meet each other in the lift.
In the lift. Yes.
In the lift.
Yeah.
So in the lift.
Yeah.
Lift.
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 Not left. Lift.
Lift.
Left hand. Left hand. Lift.
Lift.
Yes.
Yeah. In the lift, the people, because they don't meet each other very often, they very awkward standing in the lift.
That's right. Yeah. Tell you what, have you ever stepped into a lift? Whenever somebody steps into a lift, what do they always do? Every time you step into a lift, here are the doors, you walk in, and what's the next thing you do? Always.
Stand in and
turn around. Even you walk into the lift, there could be 3 people there.
Yeah. So you
turn around. That's right. If you want to make people feel awkward, next time you step into a lift, hi. People go.
Yeah.
It's everybody faces the door.
Yeah.
Or occasionally somebody will be over there on the side and they're standing sideways.
Yeah.
But everybody has their back to the wall.
Yeah.
And they're usually facing the door.
Yeah.
It's you can make people feel very
because the people they don't know each other.
Yeah, that's right.
So they don't know how to talk about something because the lift maybe just 1 minute or 2 minutes go into their story. The floor. So in China the people very silent. In lift.
There's if there are two people, let's say the lift has got 7 people in it. If 2 people are talking to one another, they got in together. They were talking before they got in, and they kept talking in the lift, and then they keep talking when they get out because they're going to they've come from the same place. They know one another. They work together. But it's not often that you get into the lift and then start talking. You would only start talking to somebody else in the lift, usually, if you know that person. You step in. Oh, hi, Bruce. How are things? Yeah. Haven't seen you for a while. Yeah. But the only other circumstance under which somebody might say something is if you were getting into the lift and you were carrying loads of shopping, you got something, or you're wheeling a bicycle into the lift, and you say, excuse me, I just need to get my bike in here, and somebody might say, oh look, I'll give you a hand with that, you grab the front wheel, I'll grab the back wheel, you might even need to stand the bicycle up if it's a small lift, and somebody give you a hand, especially if you are older,
And last year, I went to Japan.
Yes.
When I take the train, the subway.
Subway. Yeah.
Subway. In the carriage. It's called a carriage.
Carriage. Yes.
Yeah. The almost 100% Japanese. They don't talking. Just silent. So the whole subway very quiet.
Yes.
Except the speed sound. But in China, and some of the people, I can't say most of the people. Some of the people, they not very good manner in the carriage.
Not very good what? Manners?
Manners. Sometimes they talking very loudly.
Yeah.
And
or they're on their phone.
on the phone.
Loudly,
Or they watch the social media.
Watching a video,
Social media very loudly.
Yeah.
The speaker, everyone very
that is
noisy.
That is annoying.
Yeah, very annoying.
Yeah.
But they don't consider another people.
No. Selfish people.
Yeah, selfish.
Yes. Yeah, there's more of that.
Yeah.
Right, what have we got here?
Religion is usually considered a safe topic for small talk. Absolutely false.
You got that in one.
Children are taught not to speak to strangers who engage them in small talk.
Yes.
Yes?
True.
So?
Because a stranger who's talking to a child, might be up to no good.
Also, in Australia, the people think the stranger talk to the children is not safe manner.
That's it. Yeah, it's called stranger danger. Stranger danger. There's a public campaign about that. Stranger danger.
Why?
Because
the sexual harassment.
Children have been abducted, have been lured into a car. Here, do you like lollies? Here, I've got some in my car. If you hop in, I'll drive you home. Yeah, and then they take them away somewhere else, and they sexually molest them, and then possibly murder them, kill them. That has happened. Adults teach their children not to speak to strangers. So if you're in a supermarket and something causes you to speak to a child, somebody else's child that you don't know, let's say the child might drop a toy and you say, oh, hang on, I'll get that for you. And you pick it up and you say, there you go, and you hand it to them. They probably won't say anything. They might say thank you. They probably say nothing because their parents have taught them not to speak to a stranger.
Oh.
Okay? There is danger in strangers.
So your meaning in somewhere like the park or the playground or the supermarket or the library.
Yeah.
The adult don't talk to the stranger.
Somebody else's children. Yeah.
Don't talk
no,
to her.
It's not considered the right.
Even they just say hello or the recommend or just a small talk. You don't.
If the child's parent was there, right there, so the child is standing with the parent, and you turn around and you go, oh, hello, I like your top, and you smile at the mum, pretty. And she'll probably just smile. And she might even say thank you to the nice man. And then the child might say, thank you. Yeah. If you're talking to the child when the adult is there, then that is an indication that you're not a risk. You're just being nice. If you were up to no good, you would wait until the adult was round the corner somewhere and then talk to the child. Get the child by itself. Okay? That's not on. So don't talk to someone else's child, especially if the parent is not there. That will be regarded as dodgy behaviour. People don't like that. They don't know whether you're a nice person or not. Yeah, it's a pity, but there have been so many crimes committed against children.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even you are a good man.
Yeah. But how can you tell that someone is a good person just by looking at them? You can't.
But if the children ask you to help her to do something or some.
Chances are a child won't ask you if you're a stranger. If a child falls off its bicycle riding home and clearly has a broken arm, arm's broken, it would be natural and normal for nearby adults to help. And if 2 or 3 adults, one from over there, a lady from there, and the man over there, they all come over, they rush over to the child, they start to help. Chances are the child is perfectly safe because these adults probably don't know one another, but they're all going to help the child. So,
but in the scenario, the child by the bicycle and falling down.
Yeah.
In this sense, just you, how do you do?
Just me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would probably step over and say, here, let me help you with that, and stand up the bike. Are you okay? And you just hold the bike and say, are you okay?
You can reach the child to stand up or do something.
Well, you might give the child a hand, just pull up the hand, but you certainly wouldn't pick the child up. No, don't pick the child up unless the child is badly injured. But then you'd probably ring for an ambulance. If the child's badly injured, you pull out your phone and you ring 000, get an ambulance. Yes.
So you're meaning in Australia, like in the park.
Yeah.
You are walking.
Yeah.
Along the path.
Yes.
And you can. The child want to talking with you. Your suggestion, you don't talk with the child.
Now, if the child walks up to you, and let's say the child wants to ask a question. Excuse me, do you know what sort of a tree that is? Yeah, that's okay, but don't get really close with the child. Stay a couple of meters away. Let me see. I think that's an oak tree. What do you think? But don't get close to the child because somebody else is watching. Chances are. Yeah, so you stay away. Yeah, if the child talks to you, the chances are that's a very confident child, and chances are their mum or their dad or their carer is nearby, probably watching. Yeah. I mean, avoid close contact.
Yeah, and avoid how to say, suspicious.
Yeah, you don't want to be behaving suspiciously. So, and if a child was to walk up to you in the park and say, "Excuse me, do you know what sort of tree that is?" It's possible that child has said to their parent, their mum or dad, "Do you know what sort of tree that is?" And mum or dad says, "No, I don't." Go and ask that man. He looks like he might know. I'll watch. And so the child then knows, mum's watching. I will walk over and talk to that man. Yeah, do you know what sort of tree that is? And you answer. Yeah, just be aware that mum or dad is watching you pretty closely.
Okay. It's
you can get into trouble.
I think it's common sense.
You can get into trouble by talking to children or getting too close to children, touching children that aren't yours.
Avoid touching the children.
Yes, avoid touching.
Very, very important.
Avoid touching children that aren't yours.
Yeah.
Even if they're behaving badly. Yeah. Don't even talk to them. Just turn your back, walk away. Yeah. Okay.
It is rules to make a small talk with someone who is
Delivering
your.
So the postman.
What does delivery?
Bringing. So you're
delivery.
Yes.
Yeah. Postman.
Yes. The person who's delivering your mail is a postman or a post person.
Post person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Delivery. Yes.
It's a rule to make.
So you're standing out near your front gate and the postman comes along and he pushes a couple of letters in your post box.
I think it's false.
Yeah.
You can small talk with the postman.
Deliver. Yeah, of course you can.
Deliver.
Of course you can.
Thank you.
Yay.
It's a sunny day.
Yeah. Have you nearly finished? Yeah. Oh, it's hot, isn't it? No, that's normal.
Yeah.
That's normal. Yeah.
Sports is not usually a safe topic for small talk. It's false.
Yeah, it's sport.
Small talk is very common.
Yes.
Small talk topic.
Yes. Yeah, did you see the match last night between Collingwood and Carlton? Wow, what a match!
I think the small talk is very safe topic.
Sport.
Yeah.
Yes,
sport.
very safe. Because some people don't follow sport, but most people have got, even if they're not really interested, they know a bit. Yeah.
When making small talk, complimenting.
Yeah.
Complimenting.
Saying something nice.
Yeah.
About.
Yeah, nice to say something.
Yeah. Saying something nice about something is complimenting.
Yeah.
So complimenting.
Good manner.
Yeah.
Someone's clothes or hairstyle is usually acceptable.
Yeah, that's true.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, you I don't know, you're standing at the bus stop beside someone, you go, wow, love that jumper. Colours, beautiful. Now the person will go, thank you.
Everyone accept the welcome, the compliment.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Love your jumper. Yeah. Where'd you get those shoes? They're really nice shoes.
You make my day.
That's it. Oh, thank you. You make my day.
Oh, your hair. Oh, really?
That's a really nice haircut.
Nice.
Yeah. You don't want to.
You look more handsome.
Careful.
Careful.
You don't want to do it too much. Otherwise, it sounds like you're chatting them up. You understand what I'm saying there? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't do it too much. Yeah. You can say that too much.
Okay.
You can go too far.
Okay.
Particularly if the person is.
Except they know each other.
Oh yeah. If
it's a fan or.
Well, let's say it might be your neighbour. You're not friends, but you know the person. You're acquaintances. Yeah, you've seen one another before. Yeah. Okay. Divisive topic.
Divisive.
A divisive topic is something that people will have different opinions about. They will have strong opinions. Yeah, like politics
or
religion. Yeah. Are usually considered unsuitable for small talk.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
So, do you think that another divisive topic? I said politics.
Politics is the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Religion's one.
Yeah.
What's
LGBT? The sexual. How to say?
Yeah, sexual. Sexual orientation.
Orientation.
Yes.
Sexual orientation.
Orientation. Yeah.
Race.
Yeah, race is... Got to be careful with race. I mean, if you were standing beside a black person at the bus stop, you would not say to that person, "Where are you from? Where are you from originally?" In other words, what country did you come from? Yeah, that's probably pretty rude. Yeah. Because where are you from? And he might say, "I'm from East Doncaster." And you say, "Originally." He might say, "I was born in East Doncaster. I am an Australian. Now you can piss off." You can accidentally offend somebody. Yeah, so you wouldn't be talking about race unless it was obvious the other person wanted to talk about race. Yeah. Yeah. And you didn't mind. You might not want to talk about race. Yeah.
And what else? The devices.
There aren't a lot of really divisive topics. Certainly, race between people of different races you would have to be very careful about it. If the person was a stranger, and of course if it's small talk, chances are they might be a stranger. So you don't know how they're going to react. They might not like that at all.
Yeah. So
Politics,
religion.
They're the big two.
Big two. Yeah. And race and
sexual orientation.
Yeah,
but why would you talk about sexual orientation with someone you didn't know? I can't see that happening. Yeah.
Anyone else? Any else?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
No.
And ability.
Profession?
No. Less ability. Disabled.
Oh, disability?
Disability.
Yeah. You wouldn't be talking about disability unless the other person was disabled.
Yeah.
And then you need to be careful what you say. Yeah.
Because they're very sensitive.
Yeah, some disabled person in a wheelchair, they don't always want help. If you say, you might say, "Here, let me wheel you up the footpath," and they'll say, "Thanks, I'm quite capable of doing that myself. I don't need help. Thank you for offering, but no." Yeah.
But could you compliment his wheelchair? Oh, your wheelchair is very high technique.
Yeah, fancy looking wheelchair. Yeah, whoa, haven't wheelchairs come on? Yeah, my grandfather used to have a wheelchair. Man, this wheelchair is so much better than his.
Yeah, can you say?
Yeah, that would be safe, because you're talking about a wheelchair.
Okay.
And you're not talking about the person, you're talking about the wheelchair, and you are saying nice things. Yeah. Yeah. You wouldn't say to the person, "Gee, that's a crummy wheelchair. Couldn't you afford a better one?" That would be pretty rude.
Yeah. So before you mentioned don't help the person who sitting in the wheelchair
unless they ask.
Yeah, and until he asks you.
Unless they ask. If they don't ask, don't offer help. I mean,
so in China, in the bus or in the subway, it's so very different. In in China, in the bus or in the subway,
Yeah.
They encourage the people, how to say, encourage people, especially young people.
Yeah.
The
To help people in their wheelchairs?
no, they
To stand
of the seats
and get
let the elder people
offer your seat to someone older.
of the on their seat.
Same here. Same here.
But in Japan,
Yeah.
if the elder people don't ask you to help, you can offer the seat to the elder people, because the elder people thinking you are look down me.
So a lot of older people don't like having a seat offered to them.
Yeah.
Because
the elder people say, "Oh, you think that I'm very old and less the ability." They don't like.
Yeah, that's that. In my opinion, that's an older person being grumpy, bad-tempered, poor manners. The person who offered them the seat was showing good manners.
Yeah, good manner and respect.
And they're doing the right thing.
But they think, oh, you look down me. You think I'm less the ability.
No, that's rude. That is a rude reply. That is a rude reply.
But in Japan, the elder people don't like the another person
offering them a seat.
Offering their seat.
Really?
Unless they ask.
Okay, so that's a cultural difference.
Yeah.
But here in Australia, if you offered an elderly person the seat, and they said something rude to you like that, what would you think? I can't stand on my own 2 feet? Well, I'm not as good as you. Yeah. I would be inclined to say something rude back. Yeah. All right. Forget I offered. Stand there. I don't care. I was just trying to be nice. And I might not be quite as pleasant as that. I might put a couple of swear words in there. If someone spoke to me.
Well, very, very interesting.
Yeah.
When I was 40 years old or 30 years old, I don't like the children call me uncle or